I was born in December 1928 at Queen's Hospital. I was the only child in the family of 10 that was born in a hospital because my mother was bedridden. But the rest of the kids, they were all born at home with midwife. And came to the world, and we live in Kunia. It's close to Hawai I, yes. And my childhood there was nice. I mean, we had fun. We had the regular thing, go to school, work. But we used to work very hard. I used to help my sister Etta wash clothes.
That's your older sister?
My older sister is Gary's mother. And we used to have that old-fashioned stick that pounds the clothes to wash it and boil the clothes and bring it out, and big laundry soap, brown, and it was really hard work. And I remember that part. It was really hard work.
How old were you then?
I was, about 9 or 10, 11. No. We had to have the big tub, filled with water and things, and boil the clothes, like I say. And it was really hard work. But my oldest sisters, they work hard. Getting the laundry and ironing and things like that for the Filipino plantation workers. And my brother Sangwe used to help around the house and take care of us kids when we were younger.
Sangwe is just above you? No.
Sangwe is the one above James. Songo.
So he's the fifth born, right?
Yeah, fifth born. And he used to help around the house. And my brother Songo is a kolohe, always running away, and But we all live in the 3-bedroom house, I think. I think it was a 3-bedroom house, plantation house. The floor had pokers, all over the board, and it's not close together, so at night, people go underneath and poke you out if you're sitting on the floor, and things like that.
Who would poke you?
I don't know. I think the Filipino people, because we live to the Filipino camp, and
just being playful.
Playful, I guess. And that's why we don't like to sit on the floor. We have to get cushion or something, But it was fun though, and we had kitchen, galvanized tray kitchen, and bring in hot water to take a bath. In the old-fashioned days, it was like that all around. And Papa and Mom made us live a little bit comfortable, but hard work. But we were poor. We didn't have too much to eat. What Mama used to do is go in a pineapple field where she works. She cut all that dandelion leaf, and she boiled that, make namu with rice, and then tagu, because the codfish, the big one, was about 50 cents one or something like that. And we used to toast it over the fire with gochujang and eat it with rice and kimchi. That's why my brother Sangwe, he always had tagu in his pocket.
Oh, yeah?
Even my older sister used to wash his clothes. He said he found tagu in his pocket. And it smells, when you're in the water, it smells. But that's how we used to live. We didn't have meat. Meat was a special occasion. Very seldom we have that. So our family loved pulgogi, kalbi especially.
That was an exception, huh?
Yeah, it's
Special
really
times,
special time. So whenever Papa make a little extra money, that's what we have. So we used to enjoy it very much. That's why we all love kogi till today. So, and tagu, as usual.
And of course, kimchi.
Of course, kimchi and rice.
Yeah.
That's our main staple.
So your mother taught you all these, how to make these Korean foods and so on like that when you were young?
Not actually. I think Etta used to watch. She's a good cook. Like me, I was more out in the farm.
On the farm.
I was more of a worker. I was Papa's right-hand girl.
Yeah.
And I used to stay with him, and he used to tell me what to do, and I used to help him. So we got very close. I'm more close with Papa than Mama.
And your father's name
Yang Unhuan,
and your mom's name?
Yang Oksun Lim. She came from Korea. I think she's from Kaesang.
Kaesang.
And she came as a picture bride in 1903.
19.
I'm not sure the
I
date.
think later than that.
Later, I think, because my father came first,
Yeah. I think Harabaji came 1905.
1905, and then Mama came later.
Yeah, I
then.
think she came 1913, I think.
Oh yeah, 1913, June, because I remember seeing her marriage license, June 13,
June 13th,
June 13,
1913.
1913, I think. And Papa came from Payang. He ran away.
Oh, tell me about that.
He ran away from home because it was hardship, and they had the Japanese war at that time, and they were always hunting for rebels, you know. That's why maybe Songo is a rebel today.
So Harabaji was a rebel.
Not actually a rebel, but he was fighting for his rights, you know, freedom.
Sure, that's being a rebel.
And actually, he was supposed to go to Russia.
Oh, yeah?
He was supposed to go to Russia, but some of the Korean people came back from Russia, and he said, don't go Russia. It's a poor country, and you're going to starve, and you're going to work hard, and it's cold. He said, don't go if you have other place to go. Because he had two choices, Russia or Hawaii. So when those people came and told him that, don't go, so he came here, and as a worker. But instead of working in a plantation, he used to love movies. He used to go shows. Whenever he get chance, he go to the show. And I'm sure your mother told you about how he used to run away,
Run away.
go show. But he's a hard worker. They grew up very poorly, and he was like a clan. Father was like a clan. He has a, you know, town, small village like, where they respect my great-grandfather. And he had, you know, other people around him all the time. So they live poorly in Korea. You can see that. And but he was leader-like.
Harabaji.
Great-grandfather.
Great-grandfather.
Great-grandfather. And, you know, I think maybe Papa took some of his trait from there. And he, like I say, he ran away because of the war, and, you know, they were chasing him, and he and another guy.
Oh, yeah? Two guys?
Yeah, two guys.
Can you give more details about that?
I don't know too much about it, but he ran away with this guy, and I don't know what happened, but they got a passage to Hawaii. So he came here, and I think he went to Maui first, and then maybe Kauai, I'm not sure, and then to Honolulu.
So it was like he had to leave. You know, they were chasing after him.
Yeah.
Something that he did.
Yeah, he, like I said, he was sort of like a rebel, and he wants his freedom. I mean, you know, they cannot do anything. And what I hear bits and pieces from Reverend Sam Lee too, he told us that they couldn't get knife, they cannot speak the language. Anything sharp they have, it's confiscated. And they cannot speak Korean, they gotta speak Japanese. So I hear bits and pieces from, you know, when they talk, and from Sam Lee. That's why Sam Lee, he knows, he likes Mama very much, because they almost came from almost the same place too. So, and Mama likes him too.
Tell me about how big was Harabaji's family? How many brothers, sisters did he have, or do you know that?
I don't know for sure, but I know he has one brother. He looks something like Songo too. Tall. He's very tall. Papa is very tall for his...
How tall was he?
Papa was about almost 6 feet.
할아버지?
Yeah, almost. Because he was tall. Because from the north, the people are very tall people. And he's very fair too. So when you see him, he doesn't look like Chinese or Korean, Japanese, because Japanese are short. But he's tall and well built.
Strong.
Strong. And like I say, he's very fair. I think, that's why we take after him. Even Mama is fair too. Harmony is from Kaesang, like I say.
You know about her family life?
Her family got killed during the Japanese invasion because he was like a scholar or something in the.
So that's your 할아버지. Your way 할아버지.
Way 할아버지, yeah. And so she was an orphan. So this Korean couple raised her, and they went to Kaesang. That's how she got the name Lim from them.
That's not her original name then.
Actually, I don't think it's her original name. Because she was a young child when she was an orphan. So they took after this adopted people's name. And she came when she was 16 or 18 to Hawaii to get married to Papa. And everybody, what I hear from other Aljumanese, say Mama was a pretty woman. And so when they got married, they left for Kunia, where the army base, Schofield. And those soldiers, they admired Mama. So nighttime, when Papa, they go to sleep, he put a bucket of water on the door in case anybody wants to come in, the water will go over them. Because he didn't want anybody, to touch Mama. He loves Mama, really. When we was at the Iolani Hotel, where we had the rooming house, he used to help Mama fix the bed, sweep, Usually men folks, they don't do those things, huh? They wash clothes and help around. He did all those things. He was very modern. Let's say he's modern, just like today's men. They help around. Harbaji. People don't really know him. But, I live with them practically all my time with them. He used to wash, he used to help me clean, And even the flower shop, when we had the flower, he used to open the door for us and wait for us to come down. He was very helpful, very modern. Like I say, modern like today's men that help around the house. Not like the old folks, everything men is up there and they demand and things like that.
They used to do a lot of the traditionally the women's work and stuff.
He does. He said up north they help each other. The people, the men and women, they help each other.
Oh, yeah?
Because I met this Dr. Chung. She used to work at State Hospital, and I met her someplace.
I remember her.
You remember?
Yeah,
and
I met her too. Yeah.
Long time ago. And she was telling me that in the north, the men and women, they work together. And they help each other, But in the south, it's a little different because the man is the boss. But up north, they work together.
So what kind of man you like? Like the north man or like the south man?
I like the north. Because John, too, he's sort of a north man, too.
Yeah.
Because his father is from Payang, too.
Oh, yeah.
And he's very helpful to me, too. But
of course, John, his Uncle John is your husband.
Yeah.
And what's his full name?
John Yohani Wu.
Yohani.
Yohani. That's John in Korean, Yohani. And he's very good, And he's very protective of me, too. And I think the northern, I don't know if all northern are like that, but he's very protective. And Even Papa was very protective too.
So I think maybe all the Korean drama stars are at the males and they often are northern, yeah?
Must be.
You were born in Kunia.
You're born in
And
Kunia.
you were raised at your schooling. Do you remember your school that you went to?
Kunia School.
Kunia school. Do you remember your teachers?
I can't remember. It's been so long.
And what at home did you? What language did you speak?
Pidgin.
Pidgin.
Half Korean and half English. And Hawaiian a little bit thrown in, and a little Japanese thrown in.
So it's all kind of Pidgin, Creole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pidgin.
And to your parents, you spoke to that, or did you speak Korean to them?
Well, we usually speak Korean, whatever we know.
Uh-huh.
But if we don't know, we talk in English or Pidgin or Hawaiian or whatever mixed in. And they understand.
Did you have any Korean friends when you were growing up in Kunia?
There were quite a few Korean families in
There
Kunia.
were.
And but we moved out from there kind of early when I was 10, 11, 12, or in that area. We moved to Kahala. Then I went to Hawai I school.
Hawai school.
Yeah. And they didn't have too many Koreans. They had only maybe 1 or 2 Koreans over there. And different grades. So we didn't mingle around. So we mingle more with the Japanese, Hawaiian.
It's all mixed.
All mixed.
Ethnic groups like that. Mm-hmm. And so when you were growing up, I guess in your teenage years like that, who were your friends? Who did you have?
Some Chinese, Japanese, Hawaiian. Mostly Hawaiian though.
Mostly Hawaiian.
Yeah. Because we got along very well. And because at that time I was learning how to string lay and, with more Hawaiian people at Waikiki.
Tell me about that. You were talking about all these stories about being a lay stringer and so on like that.
Yeah, we were very young when we learned how to string lace. And I used to get poked in my finger so many times it bleed. But when you get the hang of it, it's real good. And like I say, I would string all kind of flowers: ginger, carnation, tuberose, plumeria, gardenias, whatever flowers they bring to us. I used to string basket after basket of lace, and it was just about wartime too, and we had to make lace by the basket. People just come in, because a lot of the tourists and the servicemen used to come. That's how I saw John Wayne, Terham Bay, and other movie stars.
Well, you actually saw them.
Actually saw. So I have some pictures
Oh yeah.
that I took, but I don't know where it is. It was in front of the Moana Hotel, and we used to just like we were tourists ourselves. We go in the hotel like we owned it, and they had Hawaii Call over there, and that's where I saw Alfred Apaka sing, and the Diamond Girls,
Diamond Girls.
Yeah, the Hawaiian girls over there. They used to sing at Hawaii Call all the time. And I know the son today, Alfred Apaka's son, Jeffrey. He works at Waikiki Community.
Oh yeah.
I see him every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday, because that's where I go class.
Oh. So he knows you because his father. You knew his father. So.
No, I introduced myself. I said, I know your father. And he said, yeah. I said, you were this small when you were coming to Waikiki. So, and then we got to know, and then he knows Cindy, because Cindy works at the bank in Waikiki.
And Cindy's our cousin, or my cousin,
Yeah,
your niece.
you're my niece. And he always asks about her, because he said she was so nice to him. So he remembers her. And, from there, we learned how to string lace. And like I said, at Pearl Harbor, I used to work about 12 to 16 hours a day.
Wow.
And I was so tired. And then at that time, during the war, school was 12:30 to 5. And by the time the end of the year, you get so sleepy. I mean, you're so tired because you get up 6 o'clock in the morning, deliver the carnation, string lace until 12 o'clock, catch the bus and go to school. And we used to go Kaimiki Intermediate School by Diamond Head, near KCC.
Right below KCC.
Yeah, right below KCC. We used to go to school there. And from there, we used to walk home through the rose flowers, rose patch and the piggery and, and the roads were not smooth. They were all rocky and muddy all the time.
It was real country. I mean,
It was country. It was
like
country.
Agricultural area.
Yeah.
Now it's all, of course,
Oh, now it's all residential area.
rich suburb.
And they used to raise pikaki. We call it the white gold.
White gold.
White gold. Oilily road. Huh? They used to plant pikaki, and because the pikaki grow very nice over there, because they need hot sun and the water. So we used to walk in through the patch. And usually the Japanese people used to raise those things. And they were piggery farmers, and the rose and, pikaki were Japanese. During the war, I had encountered 2 incidents that I cannot forget. Because Papa them used to live at Iolani Hotel, and I used to catch the bus, and I have to wait to transfer. And it was in the evening, and this guy in uniform just approached me and said, "Why don't you go home, you Jap?" And I said,
He's a Howley guy.
Howley guy. He was in the service. I don't know what kind of service, Army or Navy, I don't know. And I just ignore him because I didn't want to encounter those kind of people, because I'm by myself at the bus stop. Huh? So I just ignore. Then I told to myself, I say, "You damn ignorant Howie." I mean, I was punhe. I mean, I was angry too, huh? But I just wore off. Then another encounter in school during the Japanese War. I mean, the Pearl Harbor War. The classmates, they all Japanese, huh? And they think they're gonna confiscate the island at that time. They were so sure of it. So this Japanese boy, he encountered me and said, "I'm going to give you good licking." And he said, "The Japanese going to take over this island, this and that." So I said, "Oh boy, I better stay away from that kind of people." And I was kind of a little timid at that time too. I mean,
Sure, you're 12, 13 years old?
Yeah, and we have to go through their patches, So I had no choice but stay away from them. So I used to run away all the time, go home early or go home late. And when you go home late,
to avoid them.
Just to avoid them. And it's a boy too. And but today he doesn't remember.
Oh, you've seen him?
I see him today.
Oh,
He doesn't remember.
You go see your retiree kind of place like that?
Oh, well, I never gone to the school function after I graduated, so I don't know. But I see him on the street, and I think one time we met and we talked. He said, "Oh, you so and so, so and so." I said, "Yeah," and I forgot his name already.
But he doesn't remember that.
He doesn't remember.
That's interesting.
But as a whole, everything was okay in school. But the thing, we were tired all the time.
Because of work.
Of work. Because in school, and we go home about 5 o'clock, and it's dark already, especially during the winter time. During the summer, it's not too bad. But it was okay. Papa mentioned, or was it Mama, that during the wartime over there, this pregnant woman, this Japanese soldiers came up and just slit her belly, and her baby and her innards all came out. And I said, "Oh, that's why Papa didn't like the Japanese for nothing." And I don't blame him one bit. And they were mean.
So how many saw that when she was still in Korea, before coming to Hawaii then? Right?
Yeah. And, you know, a lot of incident happened in Korea that they don't talk too much about it. So, I don't know. I hope this world will change for a better world.
Wow.
They're very mean people.
Was there anything else like that, about Hanmaji or Harmony that they told you about Korea, or, you know, while they were there, or maybe afterwards?
I don't know too much, but I know that part because it stayed in my mind very vividly.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, of course, that's something that's very graphic.
That's why, you know, I don't blame Mom and Papa one bit for hating the Japanese. So when Sangui got married to a Japanese girl, they were all upset. But cannot help, he loved her, so they got married. So what can you do? You cannot do
It's a
nothing.
different situation
Yeah,
in Hawaii.
yeah. So the Chinese, it's all right. You marry Chinese, it's okay.
It's okay.
But they had hardship. But I'm glad that they came to Hawaii, especially Papa and Mama.
Were you glad? Why?
Because if we live in Korea, we would have a lot of hardship. We won't have food, can't earn any money, can't have a house or anything like that. But since they came here, they gave us this opportunity to live in free, you know. So we can do whatever we please. We can go wherever we want. And, you know, that's one of the things I'm thankful for, that he came to Hawaii.
When you were young, what kinds of things did you do to have fun?
Do to have fun. Well, we had bin bag. We used to make our own bin bag.
How?
Make material, you know, rice bag, cut it into size and put core beans inside.
Core beans.
And then we used to throw, you know. Or another one is milk can. We used to put that glue, that, I don't know, what beans is that? We used to put it on the can and then it's glue, and then we tie a string on the end of that can and then we walk on the can.
Oh, it's like a stilt.
Yeah, stilt, yeah. We used to do that, and we used to play stick, you know. You hit it and then you hit it so many times, and then as far as you go, then you get your point.
With a skyini?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. And then we play hopscotch, and we play tag, and we make our own doll. We get this sheet, cut them into small size, and put weeds for the head. It's just like a ghost, you know, just the head tied, and that was it. That's our doll. And so we never had a doll. We never had a toy.
You used a lot of imagination.
Imagination, right.
Oh.
And then another one is the weeds.
The weeds?
Yeah. We used to tie it around the weeds and then pull. Whoever break it, win.
Oh, okay.
That's you don't see that. It's not common. But I mean, we had to do our own toy, make our own toy, and use our own imagination to do things. But it was fun days. I mean, it's hard work and stuff like that, but it was fun.
Then, how would you identify yourself? If someone asked you, well, what are you? What would you say?
I'm Korean American.
Back then you would say that? But back then when you were, let's say a teenager, you'd say you were Korean American too? You'd say American at the same time?
Oh, Korean Hawaiian, because, you know, we always speak in Korean. So, I mean, we identify ourselves as Korean already. So, there's nothing, you know, to say we're not Korean at all.
Yeah. That was your identity. And you said you were what?
Korean American or Korean Hawaiian, because we talk Hawaiian too.
You used to talk Hawaiian with your friends?
Sometimes Pidgin.
Pidgin Hawaiian.
Pidgin Hawaiian.
lot of Hawaiian words like that.
Yeah.
You know, language like that.
That's how I learned how to eat poi and fish. And Harry Kaikawa taught us how to eat poi, fish, and he used to teach us.
Who's that? Harry
Harry Kaikawa.
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 And who is that?
He used to be the lay stand in front of the Moana Hotel.
Oh.
And, you know, he used to take us whenever we finish our work, especially when we sell the lace. He used to take us to Kekaliki, to this restaurant. And he told us to order anything we want. So, of course, we're going to get whatever we want because, you know, we don't have meat and all this stuff, so we always order those things. And he taught us, he got a bowl of hot milk and soda cracker. He crushed it all up and throw them in there and eat it. And it was ono at that time because we never had that. So that's how I learned how to eat poi.
Like pilot crackers.
Pilot crackers, yeah. And
with the cream, evaporated the
carnation
milk.
cream, yeah.
Carnation cream, yeah.
And then he treated us very nice. And he used to treat us lunch and dinner, even breakfast.
You and all the stringers, lace stringers.
Well, mostly it was me, Ani, and the two girls, the niece and her daughter, adopted daughter,
You remember their names?
Pearl and Shirley
Pearl and Shirley, and their last name was
Kaikaula.
then Oni is of course your sister, your
Right.
younger sister. Yeah. So those days, you and Auntie Oni, you guys were kind of close, right?
We're very
Yeah,
close.
because you're close in age and you used to string lace and
Yeah, we used to. Everybody liked her because she was pretty. Well, I was more of a quiet type.
more the studious type.
Not the studious type, but quiet. And I like to, you know, do my own thing too. And I'm not the talkative type because I'm tongue-tied sometimes.
Your treat was going out to a restaurant and eating.
Right. And play mini golf.
Mini golf?
Yeah,
Oh.
Waikiki had a mini golf. And after we string the lace and everything all pow, he give us money, say go do whatever you want. So go eat. So we play mini golf, and there was a hot dog stand, and we used to go and help him too, Japanese guy. We used to go help him make hot dogs, sell to the tourists. I mean, you know, it was fun time for us too. And we enjoyed that. But today, I don't know where those two girls are, Pearl and we lost contact. But it was really, and the wife, Mary, was really nice to us too.
So how much did they pay you for? Did they pay you by the lay that you strung, or by the hour?
No, they $5 a day.
$5 a day.
A day.
And you just kept them as many as you could.
Yeah.
Wow. And $5 a day. Well, was that a good wage, or was that? It wasn't a good wage.
Well, not bad.
Not bad.
For us teenager.
You know,
No, that's okay. So for us, you know, young kids, $5 is big money.
big money.
And that's where Auntie Helen had a flower shop in Waikiki, the Brown Derby. She used to have flower shop.
Brown Derby.
Yeah, the restaurant name was Brown Derby.
Oh, she had a restaurant.
No, she didn't have a restaurant. The restaurant was in the back, and in the front of the restaurant she made a flower shop.
Auntie Helen.
Auntie Helen.
And this is where again? I'm sorry.
In Waikiki.
What? Oh, Brown Derby.
Yeah, the restaurant name was Brown Derby, I think.
Where? You remember the street that was on?
Kalakaua.
Oh, Kalakaua and.
It was past Moana Hotel. You know where the Hyatt is?
The Hyatt Regency.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
someplace around there.
Oh, okay, so it was on the Mauka side of Kalakaua.
Maukasai. And because we used to go there sometime to help her, but she used to own that flower shop, and then she gave it up. And then we used to go down the banyan tree in Waikiki, where the boys play music.
And this is where International Marketplace?
No, it's not. You know where the statue is?
Oh,
Kahanamoko statue.
yeah, yeah.
It's right there.
Oh,
The Beach Boys.
by Queens Beach side.
Yeah. Beach Boys, they used to play, and we used to go listen in the evening.
Do you remember who was playing? The Beach Boys?
There was Kalakaua.
His name was Kalakaua.
Kalakaua. Steamboat.
Oh, Mokuahi. Huh?
I don't know.
His name was Steamboat.
We just call him Steamboat. But he wouldn't know us because we're young kids. But we used to listen to them. And then I used to see Kugi. I don't know how you spell his name. Kugi. He was very nice to us too at that time. He was a more Chinese looking boy. And they used to go surf, teach the tourists to surf. And we used to go over there, and sometimes we used to go listen to the Hawai Call too.
Hawai Call.
Because it's more for tourists, but the music was nice, so we used to go and listen, on the outskirts. But the manager of the hotel was really nice.
Do you remember him? What's his name?
Lai. Oh, I forget his last name. I know his first name was Lai.
Lai.
He was really nice. He let us use the bathroom, and and we go in and out just like we were tourists ourselves.
So that was a nice time.
It was a nice time.
It was like a playground for you in a way.
Yeah, in one way, and hard work too.
Oh, yeah. You didn't go swimming or go surfing?
We couldn't, no more time.
Yeah.
And we don't know how to swim anyhow, so, But we used to watch coming in and out, the people, and, how they dress. Oh, so elegant sometimes. Movie stars like that. But it was fun time, and it was hard work time too.
So you'd work all these string lays to like midnight then?
Oh yeah.
And then from there you'd catch a
Well,
trolley?
certain time was they bring us home with flowers, boxes of flowers. So we used to string at home.
String at home? Mm-hmm. And you used to get paid, of course, by the hour?
Oh yeah. And she used to come pick me up in the morning, 2 or 3 o'clock. Mary Watson, to go Pearl Harbor.
Mary Watson.
To go Pearl Harbor. And I used to go with her because she asked me to go, and she paid me too. And she give me, if she make good, she give me more money. If she doesn't make good, she give me less money. And she was generous, but she was a drinker. She used all her money for drink. Whatever she make hundreds of dollars on one day, and she drink them all. Otherwise, she'd be a rich woman today. But she passed away, I hear, but I'm not sure when. I lost contact with all the people in Waikiki.
The family had nicknames. I mean, among your brothers and sisters had nicknames. Can you tell me something about that?
Well, I know some. I know Sangwe we used to call Pumpkinhead because his head was real big. And he used to call me Daikong Leg because my leg was chubby. And that's how Ski got her name. I don't know how she got the name Ski. Yeah.
Maybe Chongsuk?
Yeah, Chongsuki, I think. Chongsuki we used to call. And we used to call your mother Choin.
Choin, yeah.
And
there's a Chong here.
Chong he. So Choin, we call him Choin. And we call Ani. He is supposed to be. But we call Ani. Ani.
Like honey.
Like honey,
Yeah, honey.
I mean, we get names like that.
And Ming.
Ming is Myung Cook. See?
Myung-guk.
Yeah.
You guys call him Ming.
Ming.
Like I call him Uncle Ming.
Yeah, call him Uncle. And David, we call him Hyunggo.
Yeah, that's his Korean name, Hyung.
Yeah. And Pogi, we call him Pike. Pokuk supposed to be, yeah? But we call him Pogi.
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 Yeah, that's like.
Well, that's the name of the family anyhow.
How did you get your name, Elaine?
I think it was a nurse.
A nurse gave you the name.
Yeah, I think a nurse gave it to
And
me.
at Queens. when
I
you were-
think so. I'm not sure.
Because your parents didn't give it to you.
No,
Your parents gave you all just Korean names.
just Korean name.
And do you know why they gave you certain kind of Korean names?
I didn't ask.
It's all kind of connected, yeah?
Yeah, all connected.
Because Uncle Larry is Chongguk,
Jungkook, yeah.
and then Auntie Ski is Chongsuk,
Jungsuk,
and then Uncle Fogi is
Pokuk.
Polguk, and then my mom is Chonghee,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's Sangguk,
Sangguk,
then Songguk,
Songguk,
then Songhee,
Songhee, and
and
Onhee,
and Hyungguk,
and Myungkook.
and Yongguk.
Like Onhee's name is Un, silver.
Eunhee.
Yeah, Un is silver, see.
So you guys are the one that, my mom is Chonghee,
Mm-hmm.
then yours is Songhee,
Mm-hmm.
and then Auntie Wani's is Eunhee,
Mm-hmm.
and then you had a sister, right?
Yeah,
Yonghee.
Yeah,
Yonghee.
Myunghee. Yeah.
Yonghee.
Yeah.
Do you remember the name of your brother that died? You had a brother that died at stillbirth or something?
No, I don't
What was his
remember.
name?
But I have his. Mama wrote all the, birthdays. It's somewhere on the house, and if I find it, I'll give it to you, so you can record it. Because there were 12 kids.
When you were married in 1950. When were you married?
54, 56, around there. I can't remember.
I remember, and this house, of course, that you were married in is very historical, right? And you
Right.
lived here many years.
Many.
This house here was the house of the archdiocese or the bishop,
Bishop Alan Castor.
Alan Castor.
He lives in here, and the bathroom we use used to be elevator because his wife was invalid, so they used to live upstairs.
You had a wife?
Yeah,
I thought Catholic priests didn't have.
I don't know.
And
And
he's a Roman Catholic, right?
I really don't know what he is, but I mean this is what I
Oh,
hear.
yeah.
And the kids used to live upstairs,
Oh, yeah, children.
and the room, right, Grandma's room used to be the confession room.
Oh.
And this was a porch. That room we're in, this two room used to be a porch too. Downstairs was all, entertaining thing. And the long house behind the kitchen
Yeah.
used to be the library. I mean, that's what they tell me. And in the front, this two house right below is Sue's, was all yard. One big yard. They had swing and a big pomelo tree. Too bad I don't have pictures of it. And the stairway going all the way to Thurston Avenue. It was a whole block, Thurston to Spencer Street. And then we converted into apartment. And then we stayed in that room where the porch is. And we built the apartment in the back, eight unit. Used to be a driveway before that, and a fish pond.
Fish pond.
Fish pond.
What kind of fish pond?
Not koi and small medaka and whatever. Used to be out in the front. And it used to be very quiet. The street was very quiet, and you get a lot of parking. But today you can't find parking at all. So this house has a history to it. And I hear from Sue, she said the house was burned down. This is the second house that came up. So I don't know too much about it after that. But when I came here, the pear tree was here, the mango tree was here, and then I planted all the flowers. But the stairway is still good intact. So that's about. And I got married here, and I moved in here. And we had reception right here in this patio and downstairs. And I got married at First Methodist Church.
First Methodist Church?
First Methodist
No,
Church.
not Korean Methodist Church.
Korean Methodist
First
Church.
Korean Methodist
Yeah,
Church.
First Korean Methodist
And
Church.
Sam Lee, Reverend Sam Lee was your
My pastor.
presiding-
Yeah. He married us. He married Etta. You? No. He married Ani, Sangwi, and me. And he baptized my two kids, Russell and Junie. The first one is John Y. Wu Jr.
What's his Korean name?
Yohani.
Seems like
John, Uncle John. And the second one is Russell Chung Cho.
Chung Cho.
Yeah, that's grandfather's name. That's the one. He's from North Korea. He's from Pyongyang too.
Chung Cho.
Chung Cho.
Uncle John's father's name was Wu Chung Cho.
Yeah, Wu Chung Cho.
Wu Chung Cho.
Mm-hmm. That's about. They buried at Honolulu Oahu Cemetery, both of them now. But John's father was a scholar. He was a scholar. He cannot do manual work, but he knows Japanese, he knows Chinese, he knows Korean. He writes too. And he used to be interpreter for the plantation before. And he couldn't get a good job, for interpreter rather. But he's but he cannot work in the field, hard labor. But the mother worked hard, Mary Hong Wu.
And she was from?
She was from Masan.
Masan. That's in the southern part.
Southern part. They came as a picture bride too. So that's that. And they have 10 kids, 7 girls, 3 boys. And they're all scattered all over the place now. But in this house, they all used to live upstairs before.
Oh, yeah.
And then they got married. Then the church, Reverend Sam Lee was very, he married us, and Harry Park baptized my 2 kids, John and Russell. And till today, we still write to each other, Harry Park. The church, the old people, they're very, they work together over there, and they used to make talk and sell for the church, and the social was very good, always get together. But since the new pastor came, we kind of split up, so we went to a different church. So because he was taking more of the immigrants, and leaving us local left out. So that's the reason most of the local one just local Korean went to a different church. And so they've been going to First Methodist Church on Britannia Street.
So what would be like a typical Sunday? You'd go to church, and then, if I remember right, when I was a kid, they would go to church, and then a whole bunch of people would go up to the
Kuminher, right? Yeah, John used to be a taxi. She had to pick up all the ladies to go Kuminher, and they have meeting, and they have card games, and they socialize. And it was a meeting place for the Korean people, the older ones.
And what did they do there? Why did they meet? What reasons?
Well, a meeting, as they have different clubs over there, and they meet, and then after that they have lunch, and then they socialize, sing, and play hato, and then when to make a money-making project, they make talk, and they, everybody.
What's money used for?
For the improvement of the place.
I remember also they used to send things to Korea too.
Yeah, they used to send things to Korea.
Remember what kind of things they used to send?
They used to send money to orphanage and different organization. And they were very active. I know Papa was very active in Kukminher too.
What did he was he involved with?
He was involved on the community over here, how to, bring it up, how to improve it, and send money to Korea to help different organizations. But they didn't like Syngman Rhee.
Why is that?
because he used to take the money
And what?
and he used it for his own purpose.
All purposes.
That's why when the local Korean found out, they didn't want to send anything to Korea, and they cut off Syngman Rhee.
But this Kumin Hui, the Tongji Hui was actually for Syngman Rhee.
Syngman Rhee, right?
So Harbaji, he liked Syngman Rhee then.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
Can you tell me about that?
Well, he instead of sending money to Korea and helping the people, he used it for his own purpose, and that's what he doesn't like. He said this money is for the people. That's why we collecting money and we donating and we make food stuff to sell and send money and clothes and things like that. So the local, that's why the Tongji Her and Kukmin, they split. And I think he's right. I mean, the way I see it, to help the people, not to one individual.
Have you been to Korea?
Many times.
Many times. Oh, how many times about? When was the first time you went to Korea?
The first time I went to Korea was 1962, I think. When Russell passed away, we went to Korea. And that was our first trip. And we went with Council O. It was, I think, 12 or 13 of us went. And he showed us around. And
how was Korea then? What was your impression?
Korea was, I compare today and then, Korea was very primitive. They had thatch roof. The road wasn't, paved, certain area. And they had, the people were poor. And you see a lot of people on the street, poor people. But they cleaned it up later on. And
when was the last time you went to Korea?
What year? 2 years ago?
Oh, the time when I was there?
Yeah.
2002.
2002. Yeah. That's the last time I went.
So what's your impression of Korea now?
What an improvement. Because in 1960, they had out toilet, and I had to use out toilet. And I was describing John on the bus, big barrel. They cut it out and put cross wood, and then you sit on it and to either, do your business. And that day I had to use. So I went, say, it's a good thing I didn't carry any wallet. It would fall in right there. And then this guy, this Korean guy heard, because I was telling John about it. He said, oh, next time, don't go there. You go to the hotel. Well, I didn't know, But what an improvement now.
Right now, do you practice anything that you would consider to be Korean or traditionally Korean right now in your life? Do you speak Korean on a regular basis now, or?
Few. Sometimes on the phone with your mother, and sometimes with Mingy. We talk,
In Korean?
In Korean. And they teach me, say, the pronunciation and stuff like that. And I watch the soap opera every night. And I pick up words from there, too. And I like the show because when they show the olden days show, remind me of Papa and Mama. How they, used to be poor and how they, work hard and how they raise the kids too. And respect. They teach them how to respect. No matter how bad the father is, they still respect the father. Not like over here. Our kids are not, they don't respect the elders anymore. Only a few. I cannot say all, but a few. And on Sundays, when Larry used to come home with, selling the flowers, he used to buy kalbi. Oh, 10, 20 pound kalbi. And he said, make kalbi, pulkogi, and we have a feast. And after that, we play baseball.
Baseball? Where?
In the field.
Woman
Woman now. Girls against boys.
Really?
I mean, that's fun.
Yeah, yeah.
It's good, clean fun and
Okay.
softball.
I understand too that that you were the head chicken killer. And nobody else wanted to kill the kitchen.
Yeah, because I was
You're the best, huh?
Papa's right-hand girl, so he tell me to do, I gotta do it, huh? So I tell me to kill a chicken, so he sharpened the knife and he gave it to me. He said, just chop the neck. And then I chopped the neck, the chicken walking all over the place with the blood dripping over. But I had to do it because the boys weren't around.
The boys weren't around. The boys didn't want to. They took
No,
off.
they took off. They used to go caddy, huh? And Hyungo and Mingi was too small, huh? So I was next in line. So I used to help Papa with all this farming, killing the dogs.
So you got good at it. Huh?
I was pretty good, and then we had to.
Were you able to kill cows like that?
No, that's too
chickens.
big. Yeah,
Chickens and ducks.
chicken and ducks. And then talking about ducks, we had one turkey in the barnyard. He only chased girls. Every time we go in there, we had to carry a stick. I had to carry a stick. Arnie had to carry a stick because he just charged, And we had to feed the chickens, huh? And so we used to be afraid of that turkey. He was a big tom turkey, big one. And I don't know what happened to him.
You guys probably ate it, huh?
I guess so.